Alright, y'all, what's up? So,
This dude.
it's your boy. No, it's fine. It's your boy. That's how you supposed to come in when you introduce or something. Nah, it is Ugly Truth, Pretty Lies podcast. It's episode 23. I like to say the numbers if y'all noticed.
I do.
And this is Black Men Hate Women.
No, this is not what that
The
is.
disconnect.
We're not starting
between
there.
black
This is not what we
men.
doing.
We're not starting from there.
I'm not here for that.
The disconnect between black men and black women.
The disconnect between black men and black women. That is today's topic. I am Kwaku.
Kwaku. We should do that every time. Do it
Every time. It's Justin with the E.
With the
The
E.
E stands for
And I should have a different E every episode.
I like that.
Like Fred G. Sanford, I could be Justin with an E. The E stands for everything
Right.
today.
So it's Justin with the E. Cass.
That's where we at already.
She got jokes.
Man.
And Taisha. I don't like
You
to
see
pick
how
that.
he introduced the men 1st? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It wasn't ladies first, it was
Because when
men first.
a man was supposed to be 2 feet ahead and 1 step to the left of his woman.
So we gonna get right into this
I see.
BS.
That's what we talking about.
I mean, go ahead.
That's a high topic.
Clearly.
Right.
And men are
In 2017,
here to lead.
Men.
When a man doesn't lead, then he allows in all kind of other
Following the
stuff. But then
lead.
you complain when a
I'm
man
glad you
leads
brought this
too.
up. Following the lead. We'll be talking
Man.
about that.
Write that down, please.
Is that a disconnect?
it's definitely a
I
disconnect.
need to disconnect y'all from
it's
my
not that
space.
it's not that we don't know how to follow a leader. It be some weak men that's trying to lead and don't know how to lead.
Before all that, how you guys doing today?
Oh, how you doing?
Because only quality
doing?
women are following. But I'm sorry. I jumped back into that. We was going somewhere else. My bad. That was petty of me. I guess the E stand for petty this week.
Oh, wait. I forgot my tagline. Ugly Truth, Pretty Lies, the podcast where if it's ugly,
We trying to find the ugly truth and then the pretty lie.
we're going to figure that out.
There we go.
We're going to get back to that, the
Kidding me
tagline.
right
Useful
now.
explanation.
I need to see what's going on.
And
Fake.
What topics do we go like?
we're going to start with the hot topics first. So, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk about the hot topics. Whenever we do our podcast, we kind of want to start off with the hot topics of the week. There's no way really around talking about certain things. So I think this week's hot topic, the main thing that's been going on Black Facebook, I'm too old for Twitter, would be Meek Mill. That's the big
Meek
one.
Mills.
And I guess it's a simple topic to talk about on the outside, the thing about him going to jail. Do we care? But we don't care because we don't listen to Meek Mill, do we?
I listened to
I
him
listened to
recently.
some of his songs.
I'm not a huge fan, but
I can only name-
he's not as bad as I thought he was.
If you listen to Meek Mill, you know the intro word for word.
Man.
That's that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
If you start off with wait a minute, you don't listen to Meek
That's all
Mill.
I know.
If you don't know, you got to sit on the and wait for the beat
Right,
drop and then turn up like.
all I
Wait a
know.
whole minute.
That's all I
Exactly.
know. Other than that, I don't know none of his music.
Right. So we don't really care about the situation at hand, but
Right.
the implications of the situation, as far as I think what you brought up to me in the I think one of the messages when you called me was about the people really like free Meek Mill and having all this care for Meek Mill all of a sudden and feeling as though the DA did something wrong. But we see a lot of times that black people do something wrong, and then black people want to support it.
I mean, I think not even that is that it's like I get the need for criminal justice reform. I
Right.
get to where it's like we screwed by the system, we don't trust the system.
Right.
I don't know if Meek Mill is a good spokesperson for that.
Right.
I mean,
It's
my
a lot of
thing
cats
is,
that's locked up that for BS that we can kind of champion. Not like this man had committed 5 crimes while he was on probation. In
what
the
was the
last
crimes
however many
though? They
years.
were dismissed.
Well,
No, his crimes wasn't dismissed.
But violating your probation is violating.
Exactly.
Violating the first charge.
Most people, when you violate one time, you back in. You doing the rest of your time off top. No conversation. He done violated 5 times.
Yeah, 5 times.
Like it's, you know what I'm saying? You begging, you asking to go.
So
to
let me ask you a question. Do you think that black people overlooked what you just said, like the actual laws and regulations, just because he's black and they looking for a reason to root for him? Because when Drake murdered his career with one tagline, yeah, They wasn't thinking about Meek Mill, but now all of a sudden Meek finna go to jail and it's free Meek.
I mean, I think the thing with me is that it's us against them. They getting another one of us, which I understand. But like when you really like, cause I didn't know anything. When I really did the research and looked into it, like, oh, bro, you was asking to go to jail.
Free
Right.
Mystical.
Yeah, like
No, Mystical is a rapist. No, Mystical is a rapist. There ain't no other way to put it. No, don't free him. He's got a sickness.
To me, like the Meek Mill thing is kind of in line with OJ, where it's like, dude, you got away with murder and you out here running up in hotel rooms doing dumb stuff. Like, bro, like you got your first charge. Sit down, dog. You got all kind of money. You got all kind of resources. Sit down, bro. You going out of town illegally. You out here. And again, like to me, it's like, because I was talking to this guy on Facebook today, and he was like, Meek Mill going to jail for doing a wheelie on a motorcycle.
No, it's not.
I'm like, no, it's more to it than that. But one, but two is like, you snitched on yourself. Why you putting this stuff on? Like, I promise, social media is the new snitching, bro. That need to be a topic, because if you hadn't put that on social media, nobody would have known. You told on yourself. You violated your own probation, bro.
But isn't his profession he has to do these things? He got to keep it real,
bro.
Put it on some
Put an album out. Put a mixtape out.
Right, put a tape out. He's
supposed to be in the lab.
A rapper. He's not like getting paid to pop willies and put it on social
That
media.
is part of his image, though. His image is riding bikes, wilding out.
What about that?
But guess what? His fans should understand. If I pop this willie and put it on social media, I can't produce music for you all. So I need to chill. He need him and Keisha Kior so that he can be like Gucci Man and he can keep getting checks.
Keisha Kior.
Kayor.
Why not feel the need I want to correct you. I say Maine. It's not man. It's Maine.
I said Gucci Mane. Didn't I say Gucci Mane? I said man or man.
It sounded like you said man.
I felt like
the
I
way
wanted
you
to
just said it,
correct
said man. Okay.
But no, I hear you there. I mean, I always, aside from the subject we got today, I always feel like a man does need a woman in order to keep straight.
Aside from today, though.
Yeah. But later on.
Today, but not today.
Not today.
Y'all going to
Not
the bus
today.
Today is not happening.
We're going to get these views.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Y'all going to get this work. Y'all going to get this work.
No, but... Yeah, you do definitely need a woman sometimes to keep him in. I mean, they say Nicki Minaj showing up to his last court date last time he went through this, because this ain't his first time going to jail. That helped him out, whatever the case. I think that he's not, like Justin said, he's not the person that we can use. But it's really the race card that I think we was kind of going to focus on. Why? Forget what he doing. He doing what he doing. He doing nigga shit. First nigga of the night, by the way. But
I can't get past the fact that you said men need women to act right. I'm sorry.
They do.
I can't get past that.
Why?
Because him and
how you pointed to married dude?
Because you're married, but at the same time, it's just like.
But before we go any farther, I just want to point out, it says Linda Jones is watching. That's my mom. So please proceed.
So now I got.
Hey, Mom, how you doing?
Hey, Mom, how you doing? Hey, Mom. Okay, fine. You raised a very intelligent, very nice, intelligent young man.
I'm about to get out here to get slayed out here for no reason. For Meek Mill, because Meek Mill went to jail, now I gotta die?
No, I was about to go clean in, but hey, Mama.
The thing about, like you said, with the race card thing, the fact that people want to support him doing something wrong, it's almost, when you was talking about it, it kind of made me think about the fact that we saw this thing with the shooting with the church last week.
Right.
And I think a lot of people had the same feeling that I had, and I'm going to be honest with myself, I try to be self-aware, where I heard it was a church shooting, social media, whatever the case.
Right.
I see it's a church shooting. First thought is it's a black church.
Yeah, you want to know which church.
Then I figure out
church.
it's not a black church. Then I go on with my day.
You said what?
Then I go on with my day.
Then you go on with your day.
Yeah.
I did too.
Everybody did.
I did, but you know
All
what?
y'all did.
Yeah, I did. I went on with my day. I was sad about the kids.
Like, no, you tripping.
Right. But you know what I got upset about? Here's why I think I said this to you. It was a white man that went in and committed this terrorist act. That was a terrorist act. Or a hatred act. But our president got online and said, oh, he's very, very sick man and he's mentally ill. Why is it that when somebody white do something like that, it's a mental illness? or they're a very, very sick man. But when somebody black does that, or someone Indian or Muslim does that, oh, it's a terrorist act, or, you know, I don't understand that. So that's what I was talking to you about as far as like the race card. That's part of playing the race card.
Well,
it's not the black race card, it's the white race card. Every time somebody white do some shit,
it's
like,
a white race card?
I think that's
it is a white race card. White
Their game,
privilege.
you don't have a card.
Yeah.
The game is called white.
No.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing.
No, they have a card, and it's a white privilege card.
Really?
Yes. So my thing is, every time somebody white do something, it's like, oh, they're mentally ill.
Well, I mean, I think because the thing is that because when somebody white does something, it doesn't fit the narrative. It doesn't fit the branding that we have. Like terrorists.
Why?
But that
Everybody that's shooting up the colleges, that's shooting up the schools, that's shooting up the movie theaters, that's shooting up the churches now, they always white. They're shooting up Vegas, they white. Everybody is white that's
the
doing
guy
these
from
shootings.
Orlando was a Muslim. The guy that did the military base, the guy and his wife, I think, those were Muslims. Like it's a mix. It's not
It's a
necessarily
mix.
just white dudes.
I understand it's not just white dudes, but you don't see no niggas out here, and that's what I have to call them. You don't see no niggas out here that's just like going in and doing some stuff like that.
Why are you calling them the
Niggas was
N-word?
weird right there.
Because
Like, if they're not doing it, like it seems like you should be giving them. If they were doing it, I just giving them the N-word, but they not. Like, so why I gotta be? Because I haven't shot, so I gotta go kill some cats and not be a.
But are you a nigga?
That's nothing. Forget it.
I'm just asking.
Don't worry about
answer
it.
that question.
Huh?
No, I
want to hear the
want
answer
to
to
know,
that
are you a nigga?
Not right at this moment. No,
All right.
I have.
Let
nigga
me
moments,
know
though.
when you become a nigga.
It's a black card.
So
and
I
a
know.
card.
Exactly.
Yeah, let me know. You just let me know. I refer
Honestly,
you
to
as
me,
such.
like really with that shooting, even with the Vegas shooting, I was real. I'm sad that people are dead, but I was real nonchalant about it because I think we got to stop sitting here and acting like we surprised by this stuff or oh my God, this is so messed up. I think
I
because
think black people surprised.
I mean, not black people. I'm talking about people. I'm not talking about black. I'm talking about people in general. 'Cause everybody went, oh my God, thoughts and prayers and all the other stuff. But this is the society we decided to live in. We decided we're not going to do anything about gun control or anything like that. So this is the reality of what we live in. So we got to stop acting surprised when this stuff happened. This is what we chose. You know? So why are we like, oh my God, another mass shooting, and then do nothing?
Yeah.
At some point, it's no more, oh my God. It's kind of like, all right, well, let me go get to work.
Because the person who is the chief in command is not saying, oh my God. That's why nothing is being done.
I mean, but then again, this stuff
don't
happened
care.
during Obama. This stuff happened during both Bushes. It's happened during Clinton. It's been happening
don't
forever.
care.
Ever. I mean,
They don't
exactly.
care.
So, I mean, it's not a Trump thing. It's the laws. It's the people we put in charge. It's the laws that we have. Everybody's complicit in this.
They're not affected by it. That's why. You only care about stuff that you're affected by. If you're not
I mean, if
affected
you could
by it,
randomly
you
get
don't care.
shot by some maniac, that affects everybody.
Hell,
It just so happened it was a concert in Vegas that Cass went to. It could have been a Meek Mill concert or a Nas concert or whatever. Like,
If it was-
I said they're
Move on
not
a second, but I
affected
would
by
say-
it.
who is they?
The people that's in charge to make those laws. They're not affected by it, so they don't care.
I mean, but the
we
people,
care
the
because
people that
we're in it.
the people that put them in office are affected. Their job is to be affected by what affects us.
But my thing with this is that if that would have been a Nas concert in Vegas, the feeling would be a lot different.
Yeah, it would. It would be a race card thing.
It would be the worst crime I ever heard in my life.
Nas fan ass? You gonna shoot at his concert and prevent me from seeing him?
Wow.
Really?
That's random.
Like, I'm just
random.
saying that man found the
My
fountain
interview
youth.
skills
So
aren't
I'm
that
watching
good.
Nas.
You can't be.
I'm watching Nas fan ass, and then you gonna interrupt that? Really? I'm gonna find that bitch. I'm gonna find him before the film starts. Really? I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna sniff him out. Sniff him out. Find him, shut
Okay.
that shit down so Nas can
If it was a
finish performing.
Tyrese,
Nah.
Come on with the segue.
Look,
if it was
shoot
a
him.
sweet
Angle that
lady,
Tyrese.
You're not going to his concert.
We gonna trade
His
his
career
ass
over?
in.
I don't know. I
don't
think he
think
can
it's
put out an
over.
album. I mean, honestly,
Who gonna sing it?
is any publicity bad publicity?
who gonna sing it? Is any publicity bad?
Right now, he a
At
topic.
this
He a
point,
name.
no. He is a hot topic. He's keeping himself relevant.
Everybody
But
gonna go see the next Fast and Furious movie.
But
here's how-
Not every,
No.
I'm not.
But what he's doing turns me off actually what he's done previously with the whole sermons and everything, the book, you know,
It's a turn off.
it's right. He just talks too
It
much.
overshadows
So now,
his six pack.
Wow.
and the sexiness that he used
Yeah,
to
that he
exude.
used to have,
Yeah.
that chocolateness that he used to have.
Yeah.
that- It overshadows
I feel like I've been down this road before.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those
Why-
things. It's
It's
like,
supple.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like, why does no
everything.
The whole
Because
point
everything is about
is-
sex. I'm sorry, it is.
But I'm talking about this the women kicking this off.
But
The
it's
women
not
said,
attractive.
like, can we get
Because
to
everything is about sex. I mean, he said he
Appeal.
is appeal. I'm sorry.
Everything
He's
is about right there.
He's an
I got that's gonna come up
attractive.
later.
He's an
Right.
attractive man, and the whole bitch things that
It
he's
used-
doing,
he used
to
is
be.
the whole bitch things
The
that
whole
he's the whole
bitch.
bitch things that he's doing is preventing me
One
to
word.
see whole bitch.
One word.
It's preventing me from seeing his sexiness. Because right now he look like a
Is
little
that what he
girl
was selling,
crying.
sex appeal?
He was selling sex appeal. He was singing
had
with that
something
nice
going
voice,
on.
his white teeth, and
respecting
then he
the
started.
women and doing all of this, and then it's
Exactly.
just
His whole
like,
last album was about how he cheated on no girl.
Well, I mean,
That's okay. We all got cheated on.
and
We
we're
sounded
gonna
like
segue
Barry
from
White though.
Tyrese into the topic because he's having a woman issue.
Yeah.
But as far as him, his antics, I would say it's similar to Meek Mill, where like he's right now catching all the L's that Meek Mill was catching, and there could be a point in time.
Pause,
Are we
pause.
old because we keep calling him Meek Mills?
I don't even know what his name
Are we
is.
saying Mills?
Should we say
Everybody
Meek?
said Mills. It's Meek
but-
Mill.
Old as
Is it
hell.
Meek or
Yeah.
Meek Mills or Meek? What is
The
it?
Nintendos is like that's what it's like.
But listen
That's us
though,
now.
although both of them are like self-inflicted, Tyrese, you didn't have to go to the internet to expose this side of you.
Social media
Well, no,
is
he
the new
did. I mean,
snitching.
the Meek Mills dudes do the same
Did the
thing.
same
But what
thing.
I'm
He snitched on
saying-
himself.
He go online and he started ranting and raving about this and that. He started talking. He went online and said Drake was not doing his own rhyme. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's going online because that's what they do. They go online and expose the stuff
He was
because people
hurt.
do want to see it. It
But-
does keep your name out there, but if they deem it
But
as ill,
I feel like I don't want to call it more respectable, but it was in the rap arena. Now, the whole thing with Tyrese is just like, it's personal. You know what I'm saying? You just put in all of this out here. The whole beef with, what's the dude
The Rock.
name? The Rock. Then
forgot
it's,
about
you
that
know,
weirdness.
you mad at this man because he want to get a check
Oh
a
no,
different
what's the
way.
guy? Lee Daniels. He was mad at him
Yeah.
as well.
You know, it's
Yeah.
always, it's woe is me, everybody else. Now, I understand what he's going through with the whole custody battle. Cool.
We get it, and it hurts.
Yeah.
it hurts.
But
It
all of
does.
this other stuff, stop it. It's too much.
custody battle.
You
y'all have a
right,
problem
You
with
remind me of Deion Cole.
Do
when
y'all
he
have
was
a
writing
problem-
little
Right,
notes.
right.
He was like,
Do y'all have a problem with sensitive men?
Too sensitive. Yeah, there's a time where a man could be just too goddamn sensitive. You cry more than me, it's a problem. It is.
So, would y'all dated Trey after he came over your house and started doing all that in Boys in the
It
Hood?
wasn't her.
Yeah.
It was Trey.
Would
That
have
was
turned y'all
different. He
off?
was in the,
Would that have turned y'all off?
when he started
In Boys in the
crying.
Hood? Yeah, in Boys in the Hood. when
No,
Trey came over and started
that
crying.
was trying. Right, he has just lost his best friend.
No, his friend hadn't
Absolutely.
died yet.
What was he
We
crying
didn't-
about?
No, he did. Okay, yeah, that's when that was when they
Yeah.
let me out though. Then he went over
He
to
come up in my
Brandy
house
house.
crying
Okay.
because his friend cried. I'm
That's
crying
totally
too.
different.
Yeah.
So sensitive
That's
men
different.
is a
That's
problem.
support.
A man being
Well, apparently
extremely
too sensitive is a
There's
problem.
a too sensitive. There's a line.
There's a
Sensitive
thin line.
is too sensitive is where you can't tell a joke because he's like, man, you really feel that way about me, and it's like, damn, I'm joking. You
Like when you
know,
talk about
joking.
somebody's nipples for no reason.
When you talk about their nipples or when you say something about their head size or something like whatever, that's how you feel about me. We was
It's a
just joking. Like that's a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Can a
Take
man-
everything
no.
Can a
literal.
man cry in front of you?
Absolutely, men have cried.
I'm talking about not like the real hard tear. I'm
What
talking
kind
about.
of
I'm talking
Nah, you being a bitch.
I mean,
I don't know.
No.
like what if his boy
It's
died?
probably
If his
circumstantial.
boy,
If his boy died,
if his-
instead of doing the, he just really.
No,
I mean,
if-
because he
guess what?
emotionally.
Listen, he's hurting. If his boy died, somebody close to him died, I understand that. But if you just coming up me crying because you going through a custody battle and you doing the whole ugly face cry because you going through a custody battle,
But then again, shouldn't his kid?
Custody battles are,
Yeah, I feel like a custody
tough.
battle should be tougher than his boy dying.
You
That
gonna
shit-
shoot
I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd call it a custody battle, but I went through some child stuff early on.
did you do the ugly face cry?
I punched a couple pillows.
But was that
It would take
because
you
you was still giving out money and you couldn't see the baby, or
It
was
was
because you
brand new.
missed your
It was brand
child?
new. The kid was like a month old, and
yeah.
I thought you supposed to just
You
get
said
it
a
all.
couple of months ago. You had a month
No, a
old
couple
kid.
months old. Got me stuttering like.
I'm like, wait a
Breaking
minute.
news. Kwaku had a 2-month-old kid.
Kwaku got a
New hot topic.
new baby.
Who the baby mama?
I'm like, what's
Who
the
the
recording?
mama that did
Is she
baby?
white? That's how is she white?
Fake news.
Whoa, what's it?
No,
Whoa, what's it?
no, I do not have a child. No, I'm saying my child was only like 2 months old. My very first child.
But they was
I'm thinking
at the
stuff was
same
supposed to just be
age.
perfect. I wasn't with the mother already because living life, and
Living
and I thought it was just
I know
gonna
that,
work out
brother.
perfect,
I hear
like
you,
all the
brother.
other baby mama, baby daddy situations I see out here. So when she's not acquiescing to my demands, I'm like,
Things went
what the
left.
hell? So now I'm all sick and going crazy. So now I'm with my other person that I end up marrying and had a child with. Let that be known. It wasn't just I stopped hoeing.
Nah, nobody come in.
No, something did make a noise though. The lock's still going.
You pull my gun out.
But no, what happened? It took me off. But no, what happened was that in that situation, she was there while I was going through the stuff. I'm talking to her about it. She might have been thinking to myself like, for lack of a better word, bitch ass nigga, muscle up. You know what I'm saying? She might have been thinking that.
Stop all
but-
that crying.
Yeah, stop all that
Sack
crying.
up.
But she didn't say it.
I don't think she was thinking that. I think she probably was like, okay, I get it, I understand. But you know what? I think that women in general have a hard time. We say we want a man to open up, but when they do and they open up too much, we do have a hard time, like, letting him express that without thinking you being weak, as opposed to just him opening up to you. Do you feel that way, Taisha?
I think it's all in how it's done.
Right.
And dealing with whatever the circumstance is. Now, I have dated someone who was overly sensitive and took everything that I said literal. It wasn't going to work. You know what I mean? So I feel like it depends on the circumstance. You know, if he's going through some stuff or whatever, sure, okay. But what Tyrese is doing is too much.
So what if you knew in a relationship and they going through that? Like, I've had someone that was going through a divorce and I've had to listen to that. And it was like, okay, I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to be supportive.
I'm sorry, you dated a guy who was going through a divorce?
But they wanted
Are you judging?
Yes, I am
Why?
judging.
So wait a minute.
You dated,
so
you
have
dated a
to-
married guy.
Okay. So you
I am
have to.
judging, yes.
He was going
But
through
I'm
a
just
divorce.
saying,
Can we
he's
switch
going
seats? I
through
don't-
a divorce.
I don't want to tempt her.
He was going through a divorce.
He was married.
But you
He's
won't.
married.
But the thing is, he was married, but he got divorced a couple of weeks later. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't want to hear that. Like, I don't want to hear that. If you're not ready to pursue somebody else, stay single. Or married in his case, until you single.
Or just take a break.
Right, take a break. You know,
So, what our topic? Let's dive in.
go.
A disconnect exists between men and women,
No, say
black men
right.
and women. I purposely when
Please
I
say
did that,
black
when I
women.
went,
for she-
Please, say black woman.
I say
Please.
black men and black
You
women.
got to be specific around here, because
It's always the light skinned ones. Anyway,
a whole headache. We need
a whole headache.
Go down.
But no, it seems to be some disconnect between black men and black women when it comes to relationships, our standing in America, and how things should be, how our families should be, all these different things, and it seems to be going in a direction that probably is detrimental to black society. I feel like with us, we had this conversation, and you. Well, I'll start with Justin. Justin don't believe in it. He don't believe in it.
Well, not that I don't believe in it. I don't like the way the genesis of the conversation. I didn't like how it started. I mean-
because black men hate black women.
Yes, I hate that. That is, I don't see that.
You feel hate was strong.
Hate is a strong.
And
I
you-
think.
Well, hold
I
on.
think.
I kind of want to get y'all stances though.
Okay.
Your stance would be what? How would you
It's a
describe
thing.
it? It's definitely a thing.
It's definitely
That's
a
why
thing.
you brought it up, and you had already previously had some conversations about it.
It's a thing.
Are we so?
She sounds like black men ain't shit,
Yes.
and black women ain't shit.
Hey, guess what? Black men and black women have their flaws. But I do feel like it's a thing, like Ty said, and I do feel like it's a lot of men, I won't say they hate them, but they don't respect them and put them on a pedestal like other races do. I feel like out of all the races, we are at the bottom of the totem pole, not only with other races, but with our own damn race. We at the bottom of the totem pole. And we have to struggle and fight so much just to prove who we are and what our role is in society that it's, it's like, damn, we got to fight our own men too?
Well, short answer, and then I'm going to get back to what Justin was saying.
So wait, hold on. Is there a disconnect for you?
I'm the host.
You
He advocate his position.
No, what's your position?
Hey, you're not reclaiming your time. You giving your time away.
All right. My position, I definitely feel like there's I'm not. I don't. If y'all notice in the chat, I'm not in agreement with Justin. I definitely believe that there's a disconnect between black men and black women.
Slavery.
Why it exists.
Slavery.
And that's the reason why I thought this was an interesting conversation to have, because I have a lot of thoughts as to why it may exist and how to come out of it, which I'm pretty sure people will agree with, people won't agree with. So that's where the road we're going to go down.
Let me clarify my point, because
what is your point? Well, let's start because
I say let me clarify my point, and then you interrupt me asking what my
well,
point
I'm just saying, 'cause
is.
you haven't
Hey,
said
that
it.
from last week. Go ahead.
That's fine.
Talk too much.
Man, let's bring up the other video. Who did their monologue on the last video? Why you talking about who talks too
Stay
much?
focused.
Anyway,
I had Jack.
my problem is that with the word hate, to say that black men hate black women. To me, that's an overstatement. There is a disconnect. There are problems between black men and black women, but there are problems between white men and white women, between Asian men and Asian women. It's called sexism, and it exists. And I take exception to singling out black men like we have a problem and everybody else is cool. I think, and like honestly, if to say black man hates women is letting white, Asian, Mexicans off the hook. If you came to me and said men hate women, I could almost even kind of agree with that. Like I said, I still would kind of I would hesitate to say hate, but I could see, because like just as sexist as the world, because you gotta think about it, it's like outside of the last 100 years, women were property to be traded for financial purposes and for political purposes.
You was property at one point too.
But we're talking about within our community.
You was property?
I know.
You would have went for a good buck.
No, but you missing my point. What I'm saying is, like, for example, like
because everything is bad.
Because but my thing is like, even like I said, again, even outside of slavery, white women were used like, okay, I'm gonna have my daughter marry your husband. I'm gonna arrange a marriage for my political gain.
That started in Africa.
No, that didn't. That started.
Okay. You don't think that okay, so you don't think the African tribes, Kwaku, can you tune in?
No. I didn't say African tribes didn't do it. What I said is it didn't start in Africa.
Right.
The thing was, it's been going on. Well, maybe
do this.
Well, I guess okay, because if everybody's from Africa, I guess it started in Africa. Then.
Everybody's not from Africa; they're from Europe or Africa. But go.
You just argumentative to be argumentative.
Right. Black women love the art.
So that's my thing. It's like I take exemption with the whole black men hate black women, because if you look at what's happening, like with domestic violence, with violence against women, like attitudes, pay disparities, you could say men hate women. I don't like, to me, like, to call out black men on that is kind of like, why you beating us down when everybody doing it?
Because y'all the ones that matter.
This is our reality.
Right.
And
you are the ones that matter. We don't care about the white men, the Indian man, the Chinese man, the Mexican man. We care about our men.
On the white men.
Why not?
But I'm just saying, he is blaming on the white man.
Y'all letting the white man off the hook.
And we're not letting him off the hook. But the thing is, you guys are our men. You're supposed to protect us.
But you
so we
said
care
something the wrong
about
way.
you guys.
But
we don't care how somebody else outside of us feel about us. That's what I'm saying.
No. He's talking about because remember he said sexism.
Yeah, I
Use the
know
word
he said
sexism.
that. Yeah,
So that's
he
just
say that.
male and female. Period.
Yeah,
Whether you're black, white, brown, whatever.
We ain't talking about
But
that.
we're
right
dealing
now.
with what's in our community.
But then you start off with slavery.
I'm always gonna start
When you talk
off
about
with
slavery, there
because
is no
I think
slavery
that
without a white
my great
man.
granddaddy probably raped my great grandma.
Right. So this has to be talking about others.
That's why I'm sitting here like.
Back to rape. Huh? And you happy to be saying rape.
We doing this earlier. This is a podcast tradition where we take it.
I see
Oh,
where
it's
you're coming
empty.
You would be in the field, I would
This
be
is
in
why
the
she-
house.
It's empty.
No refill for her.
You be in the field, I be in the
But
house.
no,
I'm sorry. What your grandfather, your great grandfather raped your great
See how
grandmother?
bright I am? You see this tip of this nose? It's
Oh,
somebody
you're
ain't-
talking about the master. Okay, all right.
Right.
I thought you.
you thought
Catch
I got
up.
arrested,
I
man.
thought you-
Bruh, I thought y'all was in the slave quarters. Like, come in, Mabel. You know
Bring
what I'm
my
saying?
cup back. Bring my cup.
It's empty. I don't even want you.
Refill it.
No, please don't.
Can I
Jesus,
get it?
no.
Don't
Jesus.
do that. It's not Jack. Thank you. Here's time.
You
But-
remember last time you said I was your only friend?
You are my.
I'm trying to be your only friend right now.
No,
Pace yourself.
Jesus.
I'm good.
Okay.
We got 2 hours ago.
Bruh.
No. But no, I think that there is some room initially in the conversation to say that men and women, do we agree that they're equal? In the sense of, I said that wrong. Fuck.
You did.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Look, I'm like,
Like, where you going with this?
I mean, equal in the sense of, is there a difference? There's yin and a yang to this. When I say equal, not when I speak of not being equal, I just mean that there's a yin and a yang where I lack, you are, where I am, you know what I'm saying? So we fit together in that
Complimentary.
piece.
Complimentary.
Okay, we
We'll
compliment
go with
each
that.
other.
So that means we're not the same exactly, and there's a certain treatment that a man has that a woman accepts, and there's a treatment that a woman has that a man has to accept. Will we agree that this culturally, period, no matter what culture you are,
I agree to that.
That men and women are equal?
No, that they're not equal.
they're not equal.
And they shouldn't be.
Oh, they're complimentary people.
Complimentary.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not
That's the
equal.
point. Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
So that's where but some women aren't happy with that, their share.
I mean,
But the
thing
problem is what we deal with in our own
So
community.
we starting with sexism first, because it's a male and woman thing.
But
So
this
we
is,
can agree that we got different genders. Go
Right.
ahead. I mean,
So
we got different roles.
now with our situation with black people in United States or America and where we are in this day and age, do we have room for that?
sexism.
Yeah.
I think
If
that,
all other cultures have it,
I
but
think-
we can't have it in ours.
and that was kind of my point. Is that because I think where there's a severe disconnect is because you have the cross between racism and sexism when it comes to black and white to men and black men and black women.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, it's like black men and black women are in a position that no other race has been in modern history, to where the women are, for lack of a better term, socially better. They make more money. They're more upwardly mobile. They're more educated. They're better off in the society than the men are. There's never been a situation like that. Most situations, like I said, most situations are a patriarchy where the man has control of resources and controls everything. But in the black community, we don't. It's for the most part, for the average person, it's not like that.
Agreed, ladies?
Yes.
Okay.
So
They tight.
yeah, see, you know what? Because the conversation not going the way they thought it was going to go. They ready to go in.
They know not time.
They thought I was gonna come in women bash, and they realized, like, wait, he kind of making sense. That
Right.
makes sense.
I'm waiting for it.
I mean,
It's gonna
so-
happen.
The thing is that I think that the disconnect comes from the struggle with kind of reversed roles, to where, because again, like the thing is, and why I say why I think it's not necessarily a black thing, because like if you look at the 1920s, you look around the Great Depression times, like when it comes to people in poverty. Like these dudes, once people lost all their money, they was leaving their wives, going somewhere else and creating whole other families. The epidemic was so bad, that's how they ended up creating welfare for all these single mothers who men was just like, I'm gone and leaving.
It's white.
Single
In the
whites.
20s?
I mean, yeah, but it's whites. But my thing is this, though, is like we're talking about poor people. Like take the race out of it. We're saying poor, disenfranchised people, they just left. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're seeing now with black people. So it's not a weakness in black people. It's a thing in people. You see what I'm saying? And that I'm trying to divorce. I'm trying to
you
divorce
feel
the
as
whole
though a black man is being held to an unfair
standard.
Standard.
Well, no, I'm not gonna say unfair because again, like it's still wrong, but it's not anything that's unique to a black man.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not true. You ready?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead, Ty.
No, I was waiting for him because it's not connecting
What do
with
you
me.
mean?
I'm for you to just bring it all in. with, you know.
I mean, no. I guess my point is, I mean, like we can. I don't want to. We can kind of go through more, but I think my point is that like for the whole, there's something about black men that where they hate their women. I think it's not necessarily like I don't think it's a black man thing. I think it's
Men look down on women.
yeah. I think men look down on women.
I believe that, and especially in some cultures. However,
We saying all.
I think most.
well, I think some cultures treat their women like they're just like the bottom, you know,
Yeah,
like the bottom.
yeah.
There are some cultures that just really treat their women
Yeah, I'm gonna touch on some of that later, but
like
yeah.
they are anything, like they're beneath.
Yeah, definitely,
I don't
absolutely.
think that's black men.
I didn't say that. I said some cultures. But
I didn't say that y'all treat us like we that.
You just said hate.
Yeah.
because what I'm saying
Yeah,
is
right
there
now,
are
because
some
we
things
party
that
now.
take place that exudes hate. You know what I mean? Like the disrespect, and you know, we could just start with the disrespect. You know what I mean? So it's like, not to say that other cultures and races, races, they don't do that. But I just feel like in our community, and we can only speak on our community, well, we should only speak on our community because I feel like that's where it's really prevalent.
Prevalent.
It's a lot. It's a whole lot.
But the thing is, though, like you said, go ahead.
Excuse me, that's me.
Are you kidding me with that? You birds?
I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Post office.
You pulled a Cassie. It's good.
Okay, you're right. We should just speak on our community because white people are not worried about
Why?
how.
Because we're disconnected between each other. Look
Right.
at, just
I can roll
look
with
at
that.
the
I can roll
makeup,
with it. I can roll
just
with
the
it.
makeup of
We'll
the
take it
black
off the board.
family.
Take it,
But
take it as a
what I'm
W.
saying-
We're gonna wipe that off the board.
But let's just look at the whole black family as a whole. Let's just start there.
Yes.
Justin, let's go back. You said the 1920s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Inaccurate. So everything for me stems back to slavery.
I'm sorry, but
Go ahead.
how is what I said inaccurate?
If you give me more than 2 seconds.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, our families, our households have been broken up since the beginning of time. Since we first came over here. Y'all, I don't know where I came from, but since first came
Get you
over
some
here.
Ancestry.com.
Give me some Ancestry.com. However, since the first came over here, they have been breaking up black homes and emasculating what the black man since the beginning of time, breaking the buck, beating him in front of his family, making him look weak to his wife, to his woman, to his mother, his sisters, his daughters, to the women in general. And I'm sorry, that's generational. Like, that mentality, you can't let go of it. You are a strong man. He's a strong man. But at the end of the day, when you see a white man, it's some tinge in you that feels like inferior to him. If it's something, I don't care what you say, Justin, you tone it down, he tones it down to make that man feel comfortable or that white woman feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So when you say they left in the 1920s, they didn't leave by choice.
He talking about white people. He talking about
He's talking about
depression.
black people.
No.
He's talking about people
I
left
was
their
talking about-
families.
I mean, again, like I was mainly talking about white
But
people
the
in the
black family was strong in the
1920s.
20s.
Yeah, I'm talking about. The thing is because the Great Depression really didn't affect black people as
No, it
much
didn't.
because we didn't have any wealth.
We
to
didn't
lose.
have nothing.
But my thing is like, far as like white families that were kind of white nuclear families.
Well, stop talking
there was
about
an
white
epidemic.
families on the black podcast because
It's not a black. It's not a
we
black
trying to-
podcast. It's a podcast that
we're
has black people.
But we're trying to get to the bulk, like the point of what is the disconnect between black men and black women.
And
so
what- no,
I'm
but
telling
you
you, the disconnect is the fact that the black man has not caught up yet to what his role, to what his status, to where he should be in society
Hold on a
yet.
second.
We in 2017 and y'all still trying to fight for a place in society.
Well, look here. You said something about breaking the buck and all these things, right?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of that?
They pretty much bend you over a tree.
Not how,
and
but what's the purpose of it?
the purpose of it is to basically, you a strong black
Was he
man.
breaking me?
Now.
He was breaking you. So
Right.
it's the
But who was to see it?
Exactly.
his people.
And who's his people? The black woman, right?
The black woman.
So the effect is for her.
The effect is for her, so that you won't think that this
So
man
why do you think the black woman doesn't have the effect?
I'm not saying I'm gonna get to that. I'm not saying that we aren't affected by what happened to y'all. We're not like exempt from that. We are affected as well, because I feel like when black women, like how he said, they're more educated and they get more pay. We are, but
That's breaking the buck.
no, that's not breaking the buck.
As you put, that's still breaking the buck.
No, that's not breaking the buck. Don't put words in my mouth.
No. No, I'm saying when we find that black women are more educated than black men,
You know why?
That's a process that happens.
That's a process because we now feel like we can do it on our own without the black man. We don't see, like, there's a lot of households that are single mother parent, like single mother households that is making $85,000 to $100,000 in her household, sometimes more in her household with 1 kid, 2 kids, and there's no man present. They're doing the artificial insemination and they don't need a man. They feel like they don't need a man.
But I'm saying, but you jump into the results more so.
The result is from breaking the buck, because now we feel like we went through the era where our black men couldn't get good paying jobs, couldn't bring money home, but they had 10 kids in the household, but they bring home nothing. I don't hate black men. That's a lie. I'm trying to continue to love y'all and find a reason to do so. But at the end of the day, they went through a period where they couldn't bring money home for their families. They went through a period where, because they couldn't do that, now they gambling and they staying out all night.
That was the 70s and 80s.
Because there's a process. There is a process. You think now men ain't out here doing the same thing? It's just a different year. They doing the same thing.
Year.
They still out here struggling to bring the bacon home and do what they supposed to do. They are.
Not the men you date.
Excuse me?
Not the men you date.
What kind of men do I date?
I'm just saying, not the men you date either.
What kind of men do I date,
What kind of man is that?
You dating these men that don't bring home the bacon?
I'm not dating nobody right
I'm just
now.
saying, not right now. I'm
In
saying
general,
period.
just-
No.
No,
Y'all
I'm
have a
not.
hard
And I
time
wouldn't.
finding those men?
So this is my thing. So
Yes,
why did
it
y'all
is.
buck
No,
when he said
no.
that? Why did y'all
Yes.
buck at that? Like,
Because to answer you, no,
why? How are you offended? Because you have standards.
I'm not.
You're offended because you have standards?
I'm not. You damn right I do. But I'm not offended by that. But at the same time, yes, it's hard to find a man with a certain standard. It is. It's hard to find a man that's willing to get up and have that work ethic that he's supposed to have.
Taisha, what's the standard you're looking for?
What?
How do we jump to that?
That's all.
I don't want to lose it.
That's the question.
What's the standard that the black woman is looking for in a black man?
Well, first of all, it's a false illusion that everybody's looking for the Denzel. The Jay-Z.
Nobody looking for Denzel.
Nobody's looking
except
for
my
that.
mama.
Nobody's looking for that.
She is. She looking
We just
for
looking
Okay,
for
mama.
honest, hard working, honest men.
I mean, like on Disappearing Acts?
Wesley Snipes and
Yeah. We shit.
Yeah.
I'll take me a rock type nigga that get up, go to work. He care about his wife. He ain't the most romantic, but he put effort in.
The Rock.
Yes, I'm showing my age.
The Rock, bro.
I'm
The
sure.
Rock.
Hey, but that man got up.
Come on, dog.
He went to work. He was
The Rock.
He was
What's
a
your
garbage.
answer?
He was a
Stay
garbage.
focused.
I want to debate. You give
Well, hell, I want Beyonce then. Like,
no,
Not the
She's
Rock.
saying
I'm
the
talking about Rock.
characteristics.
Remember the Rock? Remember
Rock, the
TV
garbage.
show
Charles
Rock?
Dutton.
Charles
The garbage
Dutton.
Oh.
When he Charles
I thought you
Dutton.
said The Rock. I'm like, bro, come on over. Like, ain't nothing to talk about.
That's Rock, not
Rock.
Oh, Rock.
I'll
Okay.
take the Rock sexy ass, but I'm talking
his
about Rock.
characteristics.
His characteristics. He was a family man. He
Okay.
went to work. He was hardworking. He knew what it was. He wasn't the most romantic. He wasn't the most educated. But guess what? He put effort in. He showed ambition. He was proactive in making his wife happy, and she was happy. And when he did something, she was shocked that he was romantic. But he put the effort in. That men
You
don't
willing to
put
be
effort
Eleanor?
in no more.
I
What?
think I ain't with you. I'm with you. You ain't willing to be Eleanor?
Eleanor.
that was the
Why?
wife name.
Yes, I'm willing to be Eleanor. Yes, why not? That's a happy household because you know that my man love me and I love him.
Let me ask you a question because y'all, I'm kind of derailing a little bit because I'm fixating with the whole black men hate women. Would you
Black
say
women.
that black women hate black women? Would y'all say that about other
black,
races?
black men hate black
What did I
women.
say?
Black women hate black.
They do too, but
Black men
that's another
hate black
podcast.
women. Would y'all say that about other races? Like, would y'all say Mexican men hate Mexican
We
women?
can't
or
say
white-
that.
Absolutely
That's not
not,
our
but at the same
experience.
time,
Why
I don't think
I don't
so
know what they
because-
experience.
Exactly.
I'm telling you what I experienced.
And this
I
is right.
experienced.
Okay, all
I
right, okay, that
experienced
makes more
having.
sense. Well, I don't.
How do we express the hate? How do we?
Yeah, I guess that's my thing. That was gonna be my next question.
Where is the hate?
What is hate?
You
Where is
tell
the
me.
hate?
How do we show y'all we
Go
hate
ahead,
y'all?
because I got.
Well,
Go ahead.
First of all, black men disrespect us, bash us. Now, I'm not saying that other races do not do that. But at the same time, I feel like there is a lack where, well, they're lacking when it comes to like defending us. You know what I mean? Like being there for us. But at the same time, we support them during all of their
Taking their little
isms.
nappy head kids.
Well,
Cook
there's
their
a
favorite
laundry.
meals that they mama's recipe. Wash their
Okay, let's do this
thing
then. Let's
draws.
try this way to keep like some order to it. Then, if that's one point, you say that black men don't defend you. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's tackle that.
Or they bash us. Look at the music.
But hold on, we get to the bash too.
Okay.
We definitely get to the bash, but black men don't defend.
Support us.
Now she goes or support. So she goes back to the slavery thing, right? So if we was take the long, I'm gonna try to make it short, but the whole road to not supporting would be slavery.
Can I cut you off right
Where
there?
they couldn't support us. So you said
But-
that's a generational like tradition
I'm saying
or
that.
mentality.
I'm saying that when there was a time when slavery happened. First of all, for slavery to happen, that means that black men failed y'all off top
Pause.
because we lost the war. And we let y'all get captured. We didn't defend y'all from the outsiders coming in. So
Y'all
off top,
tried. Y'all tried.
we tried, but we lost. So maybe a pat on the back. But then, as we saw in the movie, we let y'all get raped. We let all these different things happen. All these things happen while we had to stand there and just watch it,
Deal
right?
with it, yeah.
We had to take care of that mixed child, even though that was master's child. We had to
Just
live
at
that life.
me.
And then on top
Just
of that,
at me.
as you said, you crazy. But as you said, the woman saw this. So generationally, what she did is that woman who saw her husband,
Didn't defend her.
she saw her husband. Let's say she saw her husband get broken down, right? So she got a son that saw that, and she got a daughter that saw that as well. Her son, he saw that, he stood up, and then it happened to him too. The daughter that saw that, she saw her brother get killed later on in life. She then had kids. Instead of her letting her son, she didn't want her son to go down the road. She saw her father, she saw her brother. So what did she do? She told her son not to do it, told him, warned him, don't do it. He did it anyway.
A
Same thing happened to him.
mentality.
So what she started to do was raise her son to believe that he can't beat them.
Can't defend.
He can't
Cannot
do
defend.
Don't even try.
Because you'll
Your granddaddy died. This and that died.
Yes.
And then that starts being taught throughout generations. That becomes the culture. That you can't do any better.
You have a point.
And so now we get to where we get to this day.
And we
Men feel a certain way, and deep down, subconsciously, may feel a certain way that we can't beat that.
You
We
know
have
how
to
I
stay in this
feel.
position
You know
because
how
if we
I
get
feel.
out there,
Yeah, I agree.
So playing devil's
100%
advocate.
I agree.
What's
So
that?
playing devil's advocate, at what point do we stop or do we break this generational curse or stop blaming
Tonight.
the white man for?
Right now, on this podcast, man. Hey y'all, hey, let's stop.
Change the word.
Man, let's stop bullshitting. Let's
But
get
what
it,
I'm
man.
saying
Like-
is, I feel like it becomes a cop out. Yes, I believe that the white man have instilled in us certain things, but at the end of the day, from generation to generation, like for instance, the current generation, you think they are affected by what happened in the 1900s?
well, I think
Early
that we go
1900s.
down.
Let me kind of
Yes,
speak on that.
they
Let me speak
are.
on that. I mean, I don't
Go
think
ahead.
they're affected. I mean, I think they are,
Right.
but also the problem is that they're affected by the fact that like their father's father didn't have a man in the house, didn't learn how to be a man from him, and so he didn't learn. He had kids, and that kid didn't learn how to be a man, and so now like a lot of these kids,
Right,
they're
it's a
kind of
trickle-down
trying to
effect.
like exactly like they're trying to do a job they weren't trained for, and there's a lot of women who don't know how to submit to a man. You know what I'm saying? Because we're no man around.
Oh, okay, so then why is there such disrespect when it comes to the woman?
I mean, but I think it's disrespect both ways. I mean, I think women are disrespected more, but
what I'm saying is, so we were just gonna say that there are not black men in a household, right? Mm-hmm. So the women are raising them. Mm-hmm. So why is there such a disrespect towards the woman when the woman is raising the family?
What do you mean such a disrespect?
Well, I'm just saying because. Like these kids, we'll just say with these kids now, with the bitches, the hoes objectifying us, the misogynists, like all of
you
that.
Speaking about music?
Well,
or just
you can include that too,
okay.
but you know, all of that. That encompasses everything. So why is there such disrespect if the black woman is really like the head of the household? She's doing this, she's doing that. But why is there such a disrespect, disdain towards her?
I mean, honestly,
where does that come from?
I think, the thing is, like, I think when like, as far as that disrespect, I think it's kind of projected outwards. It's not necessarily projected back towards my mother. It's kind of like, because even if a lot of these cats that are disrespectful, like, oh man, I love my mom. No, my mom ain't no bitch, but these bitches out here, these hoes out here, it's kind of projected outwards towards to other people,
but
maybe your peers.
But
I think it comes from a lot of self-hate because we're taught such negative things. And we have negative opinions of ourselves, and the fact that we were never trained by a man, we never saw a man treat a woman right, so we don't have a frame of reference to say, oh, that's how you treat a woman. I had a friend of mine,
Environment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, environment. I think it's kind of a generational thing too that come from our past. Because like I had a friend, and like I said, he had a female friend, and she was like, "Man, can you talk to my son?" Because like she found some suspect stuff, letters and stuff that her text messages from her son, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't really feel comfortable me having a relationship like that." He's like, you ain't got like this. She ain't have an uncle, a brother, a boyfriend.
Something different. Suspect like what?
What do you mean?
Gay stuff.
Okay.
Gay stuff. And like, but the thing was like, she didn't have a man in her life. No uncles, no brothers, no cousins, no man in her life that could talk to her son. Like that's insane. You know, but again, it is like, and I feel like that's well, probably because of society and because we've been locked up and emasculized, but also ourselves, like we let our women down,
right?
Because we're not there for them.
Jesus,
and like
a tear almost came down to hear you say that, like.
No, it's. I mean, that's the thing. Because no,
against
but no. See, that's the thing. It's like y'all, because y'all don't like. I say stuff, and y'all jump to the okay. Well, he's against that. Like, no, I'm not against. I'm not saying that there's not a disconnect.
Don't like the verbiage.
I'm not saying that we have like as black men we haven't let our women down. I'm saying is I don't like the idea of saying black men hate women because what happens is in this society, once something is said enough, it becomes part of the ethos. Mm-hmm. Just like you talking about drunk Irish people. Like, that's a thing now.
Right.
It happened because Irish immigrants came over, they couldn't find jobs and they drank a lot, and so people would talk down on them and say Irishmen are drunk. Mm-hmm. Now it's a thing hundreds of years later. Right. So if we say stuff like that, it becomes part of the mythos, and I don't want either one of y'all sons 10 years from now to be thinking that, like, oh, we don't love black women. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to become part of us. Yes, we have issues, but we got to be careful in what we say and what we put out into the earth, man, because, like, we can't let that become a thing for us.
Because almost it's the going back to the Matrix. Nah, but no.
Seriously?
If you were, by people who like love that movie and all that kind of stuff, if you ask me, that movie is something that I saw. If you follow the Matrix, it's this path. If you followed it, it's the path to salvation, mm-hmm. right? And at the end of the day, it's like this love.
Can you pour me some more water, please?
Green water.
It's not. The cups are red.
Oh, Trinity.
Sorry, I mean.
But it's this thing, this love that is expressed between this man and a woman, mm-hmm. is the reason that gives them the ability to get out of the situation. Mm-hmm. So we have to, yeah. So we have to have this love in order for it to work. So as long as we're keeping the theme going, like you say, I follow that. If it's like Irish people, if it becomes black men hate mm-hmm. black women, mm-hmm. if it really becomes what it is, and that's what we feel, and that's what our kids are told, and that's everything that becomes, then we never get out of the situation because we're not getting out without unity.
It's going to become true.
Yeah.
But that's what stems from like the whole environment thing for me. Like when young black boys see their mom with multiple men, or even the crack epidemic. And they saw their mom doing crazy things. It's like, why do I want to defend somebody when I could walk down the street and see her giving head in the alley
I think you
for
should say
some
something
crack?
funny.
No, but that's
But
the
I'm
thing.
just saying, it's the
I like the way
truth.
she talked though. She be like,
She 100 though. She keep it 100. Like,
But it's the truth. Like, you know, why would I want to defend someone like this? You know, my friends teasing me, and you know, I saw my mom do this, and this is supposed to be the one person who loved me.
Yeah.
This is my first love. This is
No,
my
it's not gonna work.
everything.
Spill everywhere. But I mean, I think, and that's the thing. I think it's kind of a duality to it, to where it's like we have a love or hate relationship with ourselves,
That's true.
and
So
like we. Go ahead.
that's true. So it's just like, even with the welfare thing, you know, why am I defending women that I see this lazy, that's in the household, that they just in the house collecting food stamps and just having baby after baby so they can get a bigger and bigger check? Because these are the women that are my role models that I see. So it's not everything, but the environment does play a role in why and how the black man defends the black woman. So when they get on these rap songs and they talk about these women and they say they bitches and thoughts or whatever the case may be, it's because that's what they see. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like the music, but I kind of understand it. And I understand it because I'm not on Stonebridge, but I understand it because it's like, I see my sister a stripper. You know what I'm saying? Or I see my auntie a crackhead. Or I see my mama and my grandmama on welfare.
I done heard more love songs about strippers than.
Because that's what they see. That's the environment that they in. That's the world we live in now. And it's nothing against strippers, but I'm just saying, like, that's why it's like, why would I defend somebody like that? I don't see enough educated black women, although it's a lot of us. They don't
you don't see
it.
enough.
They don't see it in the urban neighborhoods, because once you become educated and once you get that good job, what do? You move out of that environment.
You got to though.
Exactly. So it's like they don't see that.
That's
So they
another
talk
conversation
about
I
what
wanna
they
have.
see.
And initially, when we first started talking about this stuff, I hate that truth right there, that ugly truth, that you make money and you leave the situation and then you're not here to
Well,
fix
according
it.
to him,
You have to.
I know.
Somebody has to be there to fix the situation.
Yeah, because you still in the
So
hood.
everybody moves away, then we just go lower and lower and lower, and next thing you know, Stonebridge is together.
Hey, I'll get off the bridge, man. The bridge
that's
is
true.
awesome. I mean, but I think the thing about that, and again, that's a whole other conversation, but the problem is that because we leave, but then we don't advocate for where we were, is the problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's like you can leave, but if you go back and pull somebody up, you do your job, and everybody else, if everybody pull one person up, we'll get out of there. But also, it's like you go leave, you go move to a white neighborhood, now to fit in with them, you a Republican now. Now you voting against what I'm gonna go ahead and say, for the sake of not starting a political argument, your best interest.
Okay.
So now our neighborhoods are underserved because we don't have the people, like I said, we don't have the people with money advocating for us, coming back and doing for us, helping us. Again, because my thing is like, real talk is like, as many rappers and all these other cats that got money, like, come back and buy up all these abandoned houses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all will open up wing stops and all this in other neighborhoods. Come open it up in your hood. Come back, buy these vacant houses. You can rent them out. You can make some money off of it. Like we
But
got.
who gonna move in them?
We can
Would
find, you can Section 8 them.
But that's
Would
all
you?
part of.
You can get Section 8. You gonna make
But
money.
then,
hold on, y'all. I don't wanna get too far away
you're
from our
recycling.
subject.
I mean, yeah, we
the
are
whole
kind of, but
system.
you said what?
You're recycling the system, I tell you, and get Section 8, so you putting more people that's on welfare, that's on government assistance in these places for their young sons and their young daughters to see, and you just making this whole a generational tradition.
Let me say
and
this.
curse.
Let me say this before we.
What the hell's your
Let me say this
Polish?
before we.
Somebody else had a Polish.
Let me say
when
this
we get
before.
done, I want to say something that I saw one of the viewers.
I want to say
like,
this before, because I don't want to get too far off the subject. But I mean, but my thing is this though. It's like, yeah, because we're looking at the hood as it is now. But if we invest in it, if we put buildings and fill up them strip malls and get rid of them abandoned buildings and kind of fill them up, put people in them to where they're nice, to where the neighborhood is nice. Put like, okay, you put them on Section 8, put them on a rent-to-own plan or something like that. And that way,
got
at least,
those.
I mean, but my thing is this though. Is like, our people should be doing that so that the
Yeah,
money
but
will
you also
circulate
have to
instead of money will
educate them
leave.
how
some of
to
our
even-
people do it.
Okay, set up a nonprofit that does them programs. I
They
mean, it's
have
stuff
those.
that we
They're
can
out
do.
there, though.
Right, they have.
But I'm
them,
talking about,
they
but we
do
should
it.
do more. Like, we should do more. As long as the hood is
But hold
bogus,
on.
we should do more. Like I feel like all the NBA players to get together and open up their own bank.
You can't help anyone who doesn't want to be helped.
True.
If that's all that they know, I'm trying to finesse the system and I'm on Section 8 and, you know, Link Card and all of this stuff, you have to realize that they're just like accustomed to that lifestyle.
We can't
So when
assume
you-
they don't want to do better though.
I'm not
I dealt with,
assuming.
but
I mean, no, my thing is, I feel like, this is the thing, I feel like we do for the people that want to do better, for the ones that don't, fuck them.
So let me say something that Kiki Moore said, and I thought it was interesting, and we can actually.
Kiki Moore has never said anything interesting in her entire.
I don't.
Shout out to Kiki, nothing but love.
Okay.
We love you.
Want no cigars.
Exactly. Trying to give us lung, trying to get a black man lung
Bring it
cancer.
back. Let's bring it back. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry,
guys.
go ahead.
Kiki
Right,
Moore said
we
the disrespect is done on both sides, which is interesting. She said some black women tear down our men. Don't hold them up, just as they don't hold us up. The transitional roles have been broken down so badly that it creates lack of respect for each other, well, for the other. Men feel the woman wants to wear the pants. Women feel they shouldn't have to carry the load. And if they do, they want to also run the household. And I agree with that. I mean, it's been times where I've been in relationships where I've made more than the guy. I don't necessarily make him feel bad about it, but I know it in the back of my head. And if he get out of line, then I might say something.
But at the same time, though, it's one of those things where it's just like, we black women have been put in a situation where we have to do that, though. You know what I mean?
That
Because
is so
our
true.
black men leave, they are not in the households, so we have to hold it down. Because guess what? We do not have the same the same concept of, well, if it's not working out, we can just leave. We can't do that.
No,
Because
especially
if
when
we do
kids
that-
are involved.
Y'all got the
Exactly.
kids, yeah, no
we
doubt,
have to.
no doubt.
So, yeah, I agree with that to a certain degree. There are blurred lines with the whole gender roles and all of that type of thing. But at the end of the
And
day,
role reversals.
well, yeah. But at the end of the day, we've done it because we've had to.
A part of me wants to.
I think that's what men, I'm sorry, Kwaku, but I think that's what men don't realize. That we're not doing it because we want to.
Right.
We're doing it because we have to. We going to college and getting educated because we want to get a good job. Because if we don't, then who's going to take care of our household? Because in a way, we have been let down and we don't have the trust in our man to feel like, oh, he got our back.
Here's what the
you
whole
know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the whole type response to that.
Okay. The hurt man response.
Let me go to my hotel
Tab.
Hold on.
notes. Let me go.
Tab. The hurt man response.
You're not doing that because you have to. You're doing that because you have the ability to do it. They have given you a passage
Who
into
was
the
they?
system. They.
Who is
white
they?
man.
The
The
white
man.
man.
has
So
given
guess
you
what?
more
Okay,
access
let's unpack
than
this
he's
though.
given the black
Because
man.
we're less threatening.
Yes.
The black man is threatening, which means that if
Thank
we
you for
give
coming to
y'all,
that quickly.
yeah, because if we give y'all, if we give the black man the same power that we have as a white man, now y'all on our level, and we don't have that
Keep the
dominance anymore.
keep the black woman above.
Exactly.
Like he said, no other
It
society
keeps
exists.
the black household broken. That's what it
But
does.
okay,
It's
so
still
how
slavery.
long?
We still in slavery. I just realized.
But
that.
how long are we
still
gonna
in slavery and don't even
We
realize?
always have revolutions on the
You do
revelations.
have evolution.
We still
But
in
how long
slavery
do
and
we
don't
keep
even
blaming
realize.
that on a white man?
Forever.
But that's, you know
Forever.
what? And I
It's
feel
always
you, Ty.
a forever.
Ty, I
But
feel you
hold
on
on,
He
that.
brought us here against our will. It's forever.
But hold on.
I
But
ain't
we're
never
here now.
forgive
We're
them.
here now.
I ain't gonna never
Hold on,
forgive
hold on.
them.
It's not necessarily the white man. I have a belief that when we saying white, the guys that were here earlier, we're not talking about them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't holding me down.
Some of the people in charge.
Right, the guy was taking out my trash.
Not white men. Not white men.
They not
the
even
man.
white.
Right.
The man.
White is a status.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That Chinese people can be in, Asian people.
Why Chinese people don't
It's a
get bothered?
status because they've
don't get
allowed, like
bothered.
Italians weren't
They
at
don't what?
first.
They don't get bothered.
Bothered by what?
By nothing.
For two
they,
reasons.
They got shops and restaurants and beauty salons and
Well,
ghetto
because-
hood.
Because
they
this
don't
the
get
thing.
bothered.
Because they come here with money, and also the thing is like if you, when you immigrate to the U.S., you get 7 years tax free.
I understand that.
So the thing is though, so they move to an area, they build up their businesses, and then they sustain themselves. They keep their money circulating in their
I've been to
neighborhood.
Chinatown. I get it. I don't understand any of the signs down there. But
Why you ask me what they're doing there if you know what you're doing?
When I say why
I
don't
don't know
they,
name before.
right, I'm just saying, why don't they get bothered how Muslims get bothered, how Mexicans get bothered? Why he ain't trying to kick the Chinese people out? They immigrants too.
But
Because they're productive immigrants though.
But
Like
they have a
you
home.
can't kick, like bro, you can't kick them out of what they already bought.
But they got a home.
The people they're trying to kick out are the people that living off for other people's dime, for lack of a better term. Well, for like I said, they trying to do the Muslims because they want religious purity. They trying to get rid of blacks and Mexicans because they come over here and they poor and they're living off of us, as they say.
And they already have the knowledge, the how to. They like
I hate
kind of have a
airports. I don't know why I'm
plan.
doing that.
They like,
Well,
you know,
yeah,
when I'm
Yeah.
saying when they come over here, they have a plan. It's like we'll just take nail salons, not just the Chinese, the Asian community or whatever. It's kind of like, okay, this person is going to develop this business. We're going to help them develop the business.
They got every
then,
business, though.
but then it's like, okay, so then the next person. You know what I'm saying? They support each other in all of their endeavors. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's just like they keep supporting and helping each other.
Why
But
we
it's
can't support each
because
other?
we don't have any assets to start. I mean, again, my thing is like if you come in with assets to start, it's easy. Because like my thing is this is like what they do. They come over there, they get their 7-year tax free, then they bring their brother over here and he get his 7 years. They put the business in his name, so they ain't paid taxes in 20, 30 years.
Exactly.
And they get their
Right.
money up. But the thing is, they come over with money, with resources and build themselves up. They also have a good landing place where like okay. They go to Chinatown and they have a community where they're welcomed and where they're taken care of and where they're given the opportunity to build themselves up. With us, it's like what we don't like. We don't have a center.
yeah.
We
So you
stuck
feel like
in the
we
hood.
still playing catch up?
Yeah, definitely.
fact.
And first, and keeping with this subject that we in tonight, we're not gonna fix black people if you can't fix black home.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta fix the structure within the home. So this little disconnect that I kept playing with today between us, this infight between man and woman, that's gotta stop first. We gotta understand that we gotta be a family unit. We gotta raise a family and then move forward. And then we can worry about my family connecting with your family and
I think
all the colorism and all the other issues
So
we
pause.
got.
So how do we repair the black family?
I mean, but I think the thing is this is that because we are in uncharted waters, like I said before, it's like it's never been a people in the history of this world to where the women have been better off than the men. So it's like, I mean, honestly, like I said, now, this may sound sexist, but I think most men are pretty much always in charge for a reason. Because I think men are logical and women are emotional.
I agree.
And I think
Yeah.
when it comes to building and regulatory things like that, it's best left in a man's hands. I'm not saying a woman shouldn't have input, but I think that the problem is like because we're kind of being led by women. First off, we're kind of being led in the wrong direction,
Be careful.
but also men are bucking the leadership of women.
Wait, hold on.
So we can't
The
get
black-
anywhere.
Wait, let me just get
Go ahead,
clear.
go ahead.
The black woman is leading the black man in the wrong direction. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we?
You thought I was gonna back off of
Wait,
that and
I
like
just
try
wanna
to.
be clear.
You thought I was gonna be like, no. What I said was, fuck that. We gonna get.
Maybe I thought you was gonna elaborate a little bit more.
Oh, wait, no, okay, well, let me
Wait,
elaborate a
hold
little bit
on.
more.
Black women raise black men.
Okay, so how do
Right. So how do we lead y'all in
So
the wrong
basically,
direction?
the black woman has to repair the black man in order for us to repair the black family.
No, I think we gotta stop saying, we gotta stop.
Well, how do we fix it? How do we
I was-
fix? Go ahead.
Like, I was in the middle of
Go
kind
ahead,
of
go
to answer
ahead.
your question.
Go ahead, Justin.
You do that a lot. When you ask a question, I start, you ask me the question again, but cool.
Because you get.
I think the thing is that is like, first thing we have to do is like, we have to stop acting like it's a woman-man thing. We all in this together. We have to build ourselves up.
I can agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to support each other. We have to develop each other. Like we gotta start using black businesses, even when and again it's like, and it's hard because
That's so funny coming from you. But
whoa, I'm sorry, whoa, what the hell?
it's just
Stonebridge.
funny.
Hold
Funny
on.
coming from me? Why? Because I don't like going to the dollar store.
No, I ain't say no. That's,
Then what is
I
this?
forgot all about the dollar store.
What is this? It's funny coming from me.
It's just it.
Why do y'all think I'm like so like, bro? Like y'all? Okay, go ahead.
I think it's a shirt.
Then maybe that's it. I put my Christmas shirt too early. Is that what it is?
I said you look
I was
like
in the
Christmas
season.
Day.
I was in the season.
Like Christmas Day. You know what? I hear what you're saying, and I totally agree with that. If you meant that, and the reason I say that is because it's like you said we have to start uplifting each other, and to me, music plays a part, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we listen to music, and our youth, when they listen to music, your kids, whatever, your kids' friends, they learn the dances, they learn the songs, the words, and they act on that. So when in the 60s, everything was about revolution. It wasn't even about women, it was about revolution. Then in the 70s, about macking a woman down. You moaning and groaning, but I'm going to get to a point.
I'm not interrupting you. I'm just letting you know that I disagree with your point, but go ahead.
You always do. It's okay. I'm used to that. But I'm just saying, like in the 70s, it's macking a woman down. It's romancing a woman. It's I want to get next to you. It's, I want to marry you. But I'm just saying, then in the 80s, it was just hip hop. And in the 90s, it was real hip hop rap, like hardcore rap. Now here we are in the 2000s, and it's let me see you twerk something. Let me see you bust it down. I can't even say the lyrics. Like, let me put it in your face type shit.
No.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like the transition of the music has also played a part in how much the man respects the woman.
I disagree.
So are we still blaming this on the white man?
No.
Girl, everything the white man fault.
I'm just saying.
No, I mean, the thing is, I think the problem with blaming blaming the white man is that it's easy to do because it lets us off the hook.
That's true.
I get that all this stuff comes from slavery, and yeah, we got a lot of problems that come from slavery, but man, we gotta get over that shit, bro, because nobody gonna give us anything. Mm-hmm. We gotta get ourselves out of this hole. We can't sit around and wait for our reparations and all this other stuff. It's like we gotta do for us. What?
No, I'm not talking about you. Your point is valid. It's on point. I agree with everything. I was talking about something else.
Whatever, man. But anyway, going to your music point, I be feeling like you be taking shots, man. I'm still sensitive. Going back to your music point.
She pointed your nipples behind you.
Bruh.
Stay focused. Going back to your point.
Going back to the music point, I think the thing is that music is more ratchet, raunchy, because not even times have changed, but because it's like the thing is like you have to do so much more to be provocative. You got to go so much further. Like my thing is this, like, because back in the day, like when we think about when we was kids, like if a dude had a Beretta with rims and tint, he like, oh, dude sell drugs or something. If he had an IROC or a Z28,
I feel like you just described my first boyfriend.
Bro, I saw a cat riding through Harvey in a Bentley, dog. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like now it's like when we was young, it's like if you heard somebody kill some cat, like, oh man, dude, a murderer. Now you got to kill half a gang to be a murderer because all this stuff has been done already, and now everything has to go so much further to where now everything seems worse. Also, we're exposed to more because I think one of the things that society has to get accustomed with, and this is about to go all the way off the subject, is mass media. Because now we have in our pocket, we have access to every single piece of knowledge in the entire world. Mm-hmm. And I think as a people, we don't understand how to parse all that information yet. Like you see newscasts where it's supposed to be professional newscasters and they're reading tweets from some random asshole. And it's like, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, right, and like, this is like, again, like I don't want to jump all the way off the subject, but I think right now it's like there's an opportunity for us to really claim a space for ourselves, to really rebrand what we are as black people and really move forward. Mm-hmm. Because now it's like there are other ways. Like before, it's like in order to be successful, we had to go through certain channels. But now with the internet, now with mass media and all that, there are ways around these channels. Because like I said, the thing is like you could be an internet billionaire. You could come up with a business and make it just off the internet. You don't have to go for funding. You could blow up in a day and make $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's opportunity for us now, but we got to jump on it as a people. We got to support our own as a people.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Don't break the seal, because then you're going to go 10 times.
Miss Jones still listening? I'm sorry if y'all.
Nah, my mama probably gone. She sleep by now.
Bitches been bitches for a long time.
What? Excuse me?
Bitches been bitches
Take it back to the first bitch in the song.
I think at first bitch
Who was it?
arrived about Schoolie D.
Yep.
What year was that?
Like
This would have been
89, 86,
I said
85.
the 80s. I gave the timeline.
he was only one. Rakim never cursed.
No, I gave
You
the
know?
timeline of when the whole downfall became.
I don't know if it was a downfall.
It's not a downfall. It's just another form of entertainment.
Because there was always Dolomite. Before that, it was Dolomite and all that.
Exactly.
That was in the 70s.
You know what I'm saying? But you talking about in the music.
In the 60s, it was juke joints.
To stay with our conversation,
He was
I want to say
saying,
that.
bitch, I can take you to the moon if you let me. But at the same time, I want to get next to you was playing in the background. You see how that
Right.
works?
When that woman was in the club who was dancing to I Want to Get Next to You.
But where did that come from?
When bitch want to have my money, better have my money come on, she dances too. So y'all, like, he ain't talking to me. That classic line.
Right.
Y'all been accepting that behavior the whole time.
Blow the whistle.
And as Tupac once said,
What's my favorite word?
y'all love that.
Exactly.
We do
Y'all
love it.
love it.
So I ain't gonna lie.
You can turn any party up with that song.
Any party.
But y'all, like Tupac said, you make he said it should make music for the bitches, and the niggas will come.
Yep.
That's how he termed it.
Yep.
Straight flat out. Women are the ones who support all that.
Not just women.
It's not just women.
Men do it.
Okay, well, go back to your
Can I go?
nah, but even that, because
You may say-
kind of see with the entertainment.
Got
Go ahead,
control
go.
over the tinkle.
I mean, exactly. Now you made peace.
Well,
Exactly. So that's a nice docile woman right there.
Really?
Now you can be. We gonna count to 10. And your ass better be back. You better be back in that seat when the count is up. But no, but even going back, since we're on entertainment, kind of what we talked about, kind of offline about the whole Tyler Perry thing.
Yeah.
Because again, and it, like for the people that weren't in our private conversation, one thing was brought up was kind of like the disrespect that male entertainers when they imitate women, like Big Mama's House, like Medea, like what was the other one? It was like Eddie Murphy or something like that. I don't know.
Eddie Murphy,
Eddie Murphy, like Norbert, and like Big Mama. So the thing is, like, is that just like just those images and and kind of was the point was like how black men are making money, mocking and demonizing the image of a black woman and selling that to white audiences,
Or the struggles of the black woman.
and selling that to white audiences. I mean, and
What
like,
audience is about it?
I mean.
Clearly.
I don't know
audiences
because
go to
I
see
think it's a
Medea?
lot of us. Like, I mean, how many white people are really going to see? Like, that's the thing. Like,
What? I've gone.
how many
to-
white people really going to see Medea Halloween Part 2?
Hold on.
Medea goes to the army.
I
Yeah.
went, listen, no, but I went against my will to see the first whatever.
Against her will.
I did because I don't support a lot of the Tyler Perry foolishness. But what is his Halloween movie called? The first one, Boo, or whatever that.
Medea Halloween. Everybody get it.
Went to see that, and there are white men and women in the theater cracking up. So,
How does it make you feel?
well, first of all, I was disgusted with myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You felt
But it's the thing. He is appealing to a different audience, not just the black
So
women.
you felt like they were they laughing at black women? You felt like?
Well, in that we can't use that because it was supposed to be like a Halloween movie, so we cannot use that movie to. Substantiate that
okay. So what my response to that when we was having our private conversation was that black women are the ones who catapulted Tyler Perry to his place in the first place.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
I don't know many men that aren't fully, how do I say this? In the church. Those men seem to be, and I got my own issue with
Anti?
some of them. No, they into that.
We gotta talk about the church one
Wait
day.
a minute.
One
the
day we
church,
go.
One day.
we going.
We
Wait,
going all in.
We
the
going.
church men are into the whole Tyler Perry with the plays and okay.
I don't know about, in the back of the day, I don't know how.
Because
it is
a
now.
lot of Tyler Perry movies and
It's
plays,
rooted with
it's rooted from church.
Church.
That's where it started.
Right,
That was
church
his first fan
background.
base.
Right.
So that they should be.
Does the church have anything to do with this black man, black woman thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, because where did religion come
Absolutely.
from? Like, I mean,
The
is
white
that,
man.
exactly. Is that really our religion? But I'm
No,
not
it's
gonna
not.
get into it.
I didn't
Yeah.
think about this part about it.
We didn't touch on that. Like I'm very unprepared.
Because you know one
to
thing.
defend this. Because I feel like I got to be the one to defend religion because you're a heathen.
Religion, though. But
what?
let's just keep it real, though. What did Christianity do for the black folk?
Nothing.
Is it true?
Well, I mean, but
Put us in our place.
They-
Make us obedient. Make us behave.
Right, they use religion.
They made
control
us to behave, to be obedient.
But, I mean, I
We
think
don't have
this
to
the
be
thing
that
is like-
much.
People are the only ones who allow a black woman to be the head of a church. No other culture does that.
I don't think so. Because
There's no black imam. There's no. I mean,
There's white women that are.
Well, definitely not Muslim.
Ain't no white
Definitely not Muslim.
Ain't no white women Catholic. No white
I
women
think-
priests or
right.
whatever.
Well, I
And
mean,
definitely no Muslim.
I think
And
the thing is
Christianity,
this.
though, is just not Baptist.
I think the thing is
It's
this
white.
is what people have to
Methodist.
understand is that like, and this is again off subject. When
We did
people
off
think
subject.
that black people got Christianity from white people, like where do y'all think?
It's not solely true.
Exactly, because
True.
where do y'all think these religions started? Where do y'all think Jerusalem is? In the Middle East, right over there by Egypt and all that stuff, where a lot of black people
This is another
were.
podcast.
This proliferated way before white people ever came to
It's a different
Africa.
podcast.
Before we start talking about white people brought Christianity, but again, that's another
That's
podcast.
a totally different podcast.
Okay. So,
Anyway,
so let's get back on the topic of why do black men? Well,
don't say the hate word, please.
What?
Don't say it. Please don't. 'Cause we did, I thought we kind of killed that. I thought we killed
all right.
that.
So what's the disconnect between black men and black women? And I'll say this: it's a few things for me. Why do black men give black women these self complexes about themselves, as far as their nappy hair, or their darker skin, or their light skin, or their curves on their body, or the freckles on their face, or
I got freckles.
Because they're not.
I mean,
they're not the social ideal.
or-
None of that is the social ideal.
Or their nose is too wide. Or their nose is too wide, or they have an attitude, or the way they talk, the way they behave, or
Not everybody.
you can't cook like my grandmama. So it's like, why do black men give these women these self complexes if you guys
Black men
love
give them that?
y'all? If you guys
Yeah.
love us, why do
Right.
you? If you love us,
These
why
are
do you
facts.
put us down
I
about
think
those things?
society gives y'all that.
No, because
Society
Because-
mocks that.
Because
All
this
these
the thing.
white bitches
Okay, this
out
the
here
thing.
trying to get booties like us,
Hold on.
trying to get lips
This
like
the thing.
us.
So how
trying
are
to
we?
get breasts
So, okay,
like
so
us.
how are we telling y'all that's bad if everybody's trying to do that?
Because you gonna get a white woman
and you don't accept
with the fake
it.
shit. That's
You don't
why.
accept it. What do we hear? Hold on.
You gonna get a white woman with the
Let me
fake
ask you a
shit.
question.
Not
They gonna
you.
win.
You generalize a
Not
lot.
you.
You generalize a
Right.
whole lot.
I'm just saying. That's why.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just saying.
That's what it is. It's like forget
You
logic.
tell us- you
I'm just
tell
gonna
us-
yell.
You tell us our shit is bogus. You tell us that, that don't look good on us. We need to lose weight. We need to do this. We need to do that. We need to act a certain way or perform a certain way. But then you're going to get a white woman that's behaving and getting injections to look like us. When I look like you naturally.
For the record,
And
the
your
white
mama.
dudes that date white women don't date white women that like do all that. They date the skinny, blonde hair, stringy hair white women.
Explain Kanye West.
But Kanye stopped being black like 20 years ago.
That's not
After
true.
graduation, Kanye stopped
That's
being
not
black.
true. That's not true.
And plus, Kim K ain't white. What is
Armenian.
that?
she Armenian, which is a white woman.
No, it's not.
Close to
You
that.
see the ass on Kim K? She is not white.
And you think that's
You want me to
real?
turn it?
I don't
And you
care.
think that's real?
What do it matter?
Oh my God, that was my whole
Why you
point.
judging Kim K?
Because you just proved my point.
What point?
My point is, women like Kim K go and get bodies to look like black women to attract black men. When
And
the
it
black
works.
when the black woman already got that naturally, homegrown, and we can't attract the black man.
It's because y'all got an attitude. I'm just joking.
Really?
Let me stop. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Cause I had
But
just,
y'all do have
my
attitude.
heart had just stopped, and my hand
I mean, let's be
my
clear.
hand
I was
rolling though. I was like, word.
I mean, but let's be clear. Like people don't want to jump on the black women attitude thing, but black women do have a certain attitude.
Why the fuck we get attitudes though? Why do we have attitudes? You tell me.
Ain't serious though.
Bro, that ass. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, what the fuck? I will beat your ass. Like, bro, like, You know why black women have attitudes?
You tell me. I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Because black women are now put in the role to run things.
Exactly.
Let
And
me-
we shouldn't have to. We get tired of being strong. Do your thing.
So if I say black women have attitudes and I say this is why, and you say exactly, why do you get mad at me when I say black women have attitudes? Then you agree with me that black women have attitudes.
You damn right we do.
So why do you get mad at me?
But hold on.
We get
though.
right, but that don't mean that we trying to push y'all
Perfect example
away.
of a black woman
But hold on
attitude.
a
I
second.
love a black woman attitude
No.
though.
I ain't got attitude right now.
Black women are not the only women that have attitudes.
On
no.
the inside, I am smiling.
White men got problem with your attitude. Not
Bruh. Exactly.
They
I
love it.
love it.
White men have a fetish
I love
with our
it.
They love
attitude.
it.
I love it.
White men love when
But
we
hold
got an
on.
attitude.
Hey, I think we went down. I think we went down. I think we went down.
No, we didn't. Did
We
we?
still live?
Yeah, we did.
So wait a minute.
Really?
So because
Yeah, we did.
women are
Hold on, Ty. Let's get back up.
Oh, no?
Here we go. We back.
We back.
Yes, sir. We back. That's Cassie's fault because she kicked
no,
the
it was
cord
the
out.
black man. The black man.
They was getting heated in this conversation. The
That
camera
was
couldn't
the
deal
black
with it.
man's fault. I'm sorry, y'all. That was the black man's fault.
So what were we? Let's get right into it right now. Let's go.
Attitudes.
Attitudes. Why we get attitudes, Ty?
I don't think we have attitudes.
Now I do agree we do get attitudes.
I don't
but
think everybody. I don't think everybody is the angry black woman.
not the angry, but we
well,
have
that comes with the whole
attitude.
attitude
That's kind
narrative.
of the description of the
Okay,
attitude of every
so
black
my
woman.
thing is, I'm not angry, but I do have somewhat of an attitude at certain points when a man don't do what I feel like a man's supposed to do.
You know what I love Cassie does?
Why?
Cassie will say, this is wrong, and then
But-
explain exactly why she believes it. She'd be like, no, I don't believe that. And then explain, she'd be like, no, 1 + 1 is 3. You'd be like, no, 1 + 1 is 2. Okay, yeah, 1 + 1 is 2, but also 3.
No, I
That's
say-
because that's what you
I
just
say-
did.
I say-
Black women don't really have an attitude, but I get an attitude when it's like,
I never said that. Didn't I say black women get attitude? Ty said black women don't get attitude.
I mean,
I say we do have attitude.
all women
However,
have
here's why.
attitudes.
no. Do not all lives matter this now.
No, but I'm
when
just
I was
saying.
talking before about all races, we said no, we can only speak on our race and talk about our race. So as far as I know, black women have attitudes. I don't give a damn about no other women, because that's the quality. Is that on your paper, right? That's on the paper?
Watch your mouth.
Why we get attitudes though?
No.
Slavery raped
We're not
us.
talking about no other races, right?
No.
That was on the paper.
Why we get attitudes?
Okay.
Slavery raped us.
So now it's the white
They
man
stole
fault you got
our children.
attitude?
Okay, they stole our
So
children.
now it's the white man fault you got
They stole
attitude?
our men.
So now it's the white man fault you got attitude?
It's the white man
I
fault.
said we gotta get past this. We gotta stop blaming the white man. Y'all gotta stop
I'm
blaming
gonna
the
tell
white
you why
man
we
for
got
y'all attitude.
attitudes. I'm gonna tell you why we got attitudes.
So now we got attitudes. So we clear.
Well,
we all
hold
agree
on.
y'all got attitudes.
There is a portion.
You notice how loud this
Hold on.
conversation got when we said attitude? How I have to yell to be heard now? Because these attitudes, I got attitude in stereo.
Bring it down.
I
Bring
won't
it
be
down.
heard if I bring it down because y'all angry black women right now.
Women, there's a percentage of black women that may have
Large
attitude.
percentage.
And that's
Majority
because
percentage.
black men want black women to bring to the table what they are not willing to bring to the table.
Not willing to bring to the table?
Yeah, or what
can't.
y'all cannot bring
Or
to
what
the
they
table.
cannot bring to the table.
Describe. Elaborate a little bit.
Responsibility, ownership, consistency.
And black women bring that?
Yes.
You damn right we do.
Okay.
You mean to tell me you ain't got no meal every Sunday?
That was grandma.
Bruh.
You a lie?
No.
Cause I still cook on Sundays. Ain't nobody in the house but me and my son. I put it in the crock pot on Saturday
And the
night.
question is, can you cook?
You damn
Is
right
that
I
why that
can. We
nigga left?
already discussed
Are
that.
you really gonna go
I
get
didn't. I
No,
got
we
put a dollar.
already
I
discussed
hit
that.
an N-word.
I
I'm
can.
sorry.
You put slices on your.
Excuse me?
You said you put slices on your. What's the name?
On my what?
Macaroni
My
and
pound
cheese.
cake.
But
Pineapple
anyway,
slices.
I don't.
I'm sorry. I'm mumbling. I'm still. Excuse me, y'all.
You did kinda.
My mind kind of like messed up because of the camera.
'Cause the camera,
I
you
apologize. I don't think it's that many. It say video interrupted again.
Yeah, we lost a bunch of people.
Aw.
No, we back. We back. We still live.
No, we still live.
Why am I say video interrupted?
I don't know.
That's your
Sorry, everybody.
connection.
I'm glad y'all back. Technical difficulties.
But yeah, if anybody knows a camera person Video, I never said I was a
Oh, because that camera person never showed up, huh?
No, she never showed up.
Shout out to the camera person, 0 for 2.
Right.
We love you though.
My thing was right on point when I said.
Bruh.
But yeah, once we get that in order, we'll have some better situations. But I've seen some real professional podcasts by some big name millionaires that do worse stuff than this, so deal with it. Anyway,
I mean, but I think honestly,
I got an attitude. I would roll my neck with this film in.
But we gonna say.
What's your thing on attitude though, and black women? Nah, don't give me this long thought out. What's the first
That's
thing?
quiet, though.
Right, he got to think about everything.
Smooth dudes don't jump
What's
out
the
there.
first
Smooth
thing-
dudes think before they
What's the
before they
first
leave.
thing come to your head though when you think of women and attitude?
Black women.